Another live stream. Welcome to a piece of peace. I hope you guys get a peace of mind at the end of this live. And my name is Shatasia, and I am here with a beautiful message today. I had to get back to my roots, y'all. I am from Atlanta. And the reason why I talk so proper is because I went to a private school. But I got a little accent sometimes where I turn it on and turn it off. Don't ask me how. But I really wanted this one to be like I wanted to speak to y'all in a way that you guys understand and get where I'm coming from. I came across this passage and I was blessed with this and I wanted what's up, Eric? How you doing? I don't want to be proper this time. I just want to be real and raw so y'all can get it because I read this passage before, but this time I got something different. And I'm like, wow, that's how you come in, God? So I want to come with y'all with energy in a way that y'all get what I'm saying. So excuse the tire. I just came from the gym and finished my notes today. So the topic or the title is I'm not in survival mode, I'm producing. And a lot of us are in survival mode. I done upgraded. Like I done not upgraded, but I'm not in survival mode anymore. Okay, so yeah, I have upgraded my life. I am producing. So some of us are stuck in survival mode. We are stuck in surviving and we're not producing any fruit. We're not producing to our fullest potential. We're not showing up how we should be because we stuck in survival mode. So let's get into it. How many of y'all feel like y'all in survival mode? And survival mode just means you're grinding. You out here hustling. You get into it every day. You hustling. You trying to get to the bag. You trying to get to the money. You in survival mode. You can't eat, sleep. The first thing on your mind is getting some money. That's survival mode. And you're doing any and everything to get the money. You're taking any and every opportunity. Anything that come your way, you get into it. You're in survival mode. Survival mode means you're doing things to survive. You're working to survive, to eat, to get to the next day, to get money. You're doing whatever you can in your possible way. Whatever you can possibly do to make a bag, that's what you're doing to survive. And in survival mode, there is a lack of peace. And preparation brings peace. So if I want some peace and I'm in my survival mode, I gotta work on my preparation. And preparation starts with God. So if you're out here and you're surviving, I encourage you at the end of this live that you slow down and you seek God where you at, sis or bro. God's work involves money, riches, wealth, and more, and abundance, and more. God doesn't want us to be broke. And people feel like, if they follow God, that they might be broke. Who told you was going to be broke? Who told you that God wanted you to be broke? God don't want you to be broke. He wants you to be successful so you can bless other people. He wants you to prosper. So we know, women of God and men of God, that God provides for us. But you got to do God's work. So when I was reading Solomon prayed for wisdom. He didn't pray for money. He prayed for wisdom. And the difference between a man or a woman of God and someone else in the world that's thriving. Sometimes we see other people out there that's thriving. It look like they got it going on. It look like they well off. Whatever they doing is working for them. And the difference between them and a man of God or a woman of God is that they're consistent with their master. Are you consistent with God? Are you consistent with your God? You got to stop comparing yourselves to what other people got and what other people have, because you don't know what they're doing behind the scenes to get theirs. He's probably worshiping behind the scenes. He's probably fasting, tithing, praying, seeking God, consulting with God. You don't know what people are doing behind the scenes. Some people are selling their souls to get where they at. And what are you doing? Are you being consistent? Stop comparing yourselves and get consistent with the Lord. We know that anything that doesn't come from God, it may look good, but that doesn't mean it's good for you. Anything that look good ain't always good for you. That could be a body. That could be a nice little pretty face, a job opportunity, a friend, a partner. Sometimes things look good, but they're not always good. So what is it going to cost you? Is it going to cost your life, your eyeball, your soul? What is it going to cost? In today's world, to get money and riches, it costs something. Some people are out here soulless because they had to sacrifice something to get to where they are. And you know what, children of God, all we have to do is get a relationship with God, bring God the glory, and do God's work. If you have a business or a job and the workers are few, ask God to provide workers for his fields. Ask God to provide you with the right people to work in his fields. I was reading the story of Solomon, and let's get into it actually. So Solomon's 2 Chronicles in 1. Solomon. So God replied, Solomon, you could have asked me to make you rich or famous, or let you live a long lifetime, or let you live a long time. Or you could have asked for your enemies to be destroyed. Instead, you asked for wisdom and knowledge to rule my people. Y'all know how powerful that is? Like, what are you really praying for? I don't pray for money no more. What are you praying for? Your bills are due. Are you praying for money? What are you praying for? If everybody is praying for money, who's praying for wisdom? Who's praying for knowledge? Who's praying for the will of God? He prayed for wisdom and he was blessed. God said, so I will make you wise and intelligent, but I will also make you richer and more famous than any king before you. Solomon had a good heart. So what are you praying for? What are you asking for? You in survival mode. What are you doing? What are you praying? Are you praying? Or are you too busy working? What you praying for? What's in your heart? I don't know who told us that we had to get it out the mud by ourselves. The music, we got to turn that music off. It's time to do better today and turn that music off. Because you got God in your corner. And let him take the load off. God is right up there with us. Right? God is with us. When you going to pass the ball to God? When are you going to give God a chance and be like, all right, God, I'm going to try it out? That's all I want y'all to do is just try it out. You already got the best of the best in your corner. Let God take the load off. You don't have to be in survival mode. I don't know, that's really culture. Culture teaches us to survive and hustle hard, hustle all day. That's culture. Culture ain't godly. So you got to make up your mind if you're going to be godly or are you going to be for the culture. So God replied, Solomon, you could have asked me to make you rich or famous or let you live a long time, or you could have asked for your enemies to be destroyed. See, if you asking for rich and famous and wealth and your enemies to be destroyed, you worried about the wrong things. Instead, you ask for wisdom and knowledge for my people. Sometimes we worried about the wrong things. And when you in survival mode, you're not thriving. You're surviving. You're not thriving. Look at Solomon thrive, because God did his big one. God did his big one with Solomon. Just look at how Solomon thrived, how Solomon produced. Solomon had a force of 1,400 chariots and 12,000 horses that he kept in Jerusalem and other towns. While Solomon was king of Israel, there was silver and gold everywhere in Jerusalem, and cedar was common as ordinary sycamore trees in the foothills. He had plenty, his resources were plentiful. So how many people, actually, let me keep going real quick. Let me say this verse. Solomon decided to build a temple where the Lord would be worshipped. He also built a palace for himself. Hey, I am, hey. He assigned 70,000 men to carry building supplies, 80,000 to cut stone from the hills, and he chose 3,600 men to supervise these workers. These numbers are out of control. 80,000 here, 70,000 there, 3,600 men to supervise these workers. Man, Solomon hired so many people. That is amazing. You know how amazing it is just to hire 70,000 people. That's how many people, not even 70,000, but when Solomon was blessed, other people was able to eat too. How many people are tied to the blessing that you're holding off to get? We have to stop being worried about the wrong things and worry about God's word. He was a blessing to other people. What if you hired just 70,000 people? That's crazy. 70,000 people. Then another 80,000. Then another 3,600. Y'all, that's a lot of folks. So when I read this, I'm like, wow. Culture teaches us to hustle backwards by doing it by yourself. Who told you to do it by yourself? Look how many people was blessed because of Solomon. He assigned 70,000 men to carry building supplies. The men were probably fathers, uncles, brothers, grandpas. Who knows? The men were somebody to somebody. 80,000 to cut stone from hills and 3,600 men to supervise these workers. Y'all, it's people out here that need jobs right now. It's people out here connected to what God called you to do, and you just ain't did it yet because you hustling backwards. You doing it by yourself. It's all about you. And you over there tired, your eyes falling asleep at the job. You hustling backwards. When are you going to put God in the team? He already on your team, but when you going to accept it and call on him? Stop working alone and work with God. God produced for his homies, his peoples, his family, his friends. Everybody eating. Everybody at the table eating good. Why? Because he made resources plentiful. He assigned jobs, people working, people getting paid. That's a blessing. That is a blessing. And did y'all know we were already born qualified? Like, you're already born qualified. If you're breathing right now, you're already qualified because God called you. You're a child of God, meaning you are already capable. You just have to follow the instructions that's right here in the Bible. You're already capable of being great. You just got to get your mind right. So in this passage, let me actually go back. Something bit me earlier. One day Solomon told the people of Israel, the army commanders, the officials, the family leaders, to go with him to the place of worship at Gibeon, even though his father, King David, had already moved the sacred chest from Kiriath Jearim to the tent that he had set up for it in Jerusalem. Solomon and the others went to Gibeon to worship the Lord. Hey, aka Jude. Hey, Jude. Worship. Worship. He told the people of Israel, everybody in your mama, worship. If you was around Solomon, you're going to worship. Honor God. Do what's pleasing to God. Worship. And he was blessed because he honored God. Worship God. Everybody around him, he said, we're going to worship God. We're going to worship God. We need wisdom. He knew he needed wisdom to lead God's people. So in 2 Chronicles 2 and 4, worshipers will offer sacrifices to the Lord. So Solomon built a temple. And it says, I am building a temple where the Lord my God will be worshipped. Sweet smelling incense will be burned there, and sacred bread will be offered to him. He built a temple after God blessed him. And that's just powerful, because when God bless you, you still supposed to honor him. You still supposed to worship him. You can't get a blessing and then act like you forget who God is. You can't get a blessing and then forget to pray, forget to worship. Forget to go to the temple and give God that praise that he deserves. Come on, act like you know. Sweet smelling incense will be burnt there, and sacred bread will be offered to him. Worshipers will offer sacrifices to the Lord every morning and evening, every Sabbath, and on the first day of the month, as well as during all our religious festivals. So Solomon said, you're going to worship daily, evening and morning daily. Then he said every Sabbath, that's weekly. Then he said on the first of the month, the new moon, that's monthly. And then he said during the religious festivals, that's yearly. So he said we're going to worship every day, all day. Worship God every day, all day. That's the secret right there. Are you worshiping God every day, all day? We're here to worship God. What are you doing with your time? How are you honoring God? How often? And is there room for improvement? You act like you scared to worship. When you scared, you supposed to worship. When you mad, worship. Depressed, worship. Sick, worship. Happy, worship. It says that they worship. The worshipers will offer sacrifices to the Lord every morning and evening, every Sabbath, on the first day of each month, as well as during all our religious festivals. Y'all, that's daily. That's all day. We're supposed to worship God daily. Wherever we go, to and from, worship. Wake up in the morning, worship. We about to go to sleep, worship. On the weekends, worship. Every month, worship. Every year, worship. Y'all know one thing that I had to learn was to stop copying what he's doing, what she's doing, and what they doing, and use what God gave me. You already got a gift. Some of us may have 1 gift, 3 gifts, 5 gifts, and 7 gifts. Do you know what your gift is? If you don't, you might want to find out. God says that your gift will make room for you. Use your gift. So you don't have to sit here and be in survival mode. Use what God already gave you. Your gift will make room for you. So use your gift. If you copying somebody or doing what everybody else is doing, it's probably because you don't know your gift, or you don't know you're capable of using your gift. But if God gave it to you, he knows what you're capable of. He's just waiting for you to find out. I think it's amazing how when Solomon was getting ready to build the temple, he said, send me a worker who can only not carve, but who can work with bronze, silver, gold, and iron. He said, all I can do is build a place where we can offer sacrifices to him. All he wanted to do was honor God. That's all he wanted to do. And when he was in the process of building the temple, God sent him everybody that he needs. And sometimes we be out of alignment. We just be way out of alignment. But when you're in alignment with God, he sends you everybody you need. And I mean everybody. He sends you the right people at the right time, the right friends at the right time, the right support team, the right employees, the right help at the right time. He sends us all the resources you need. So if you ever feel like you at a place in your life and you feel like you need certain things to get to the next level, no, you already got everything you need. Are you honoring God? Are you praising God? Are you worshiping? Use what you already got and be a good stewardship with what you already got, and God will multiply it. Let's say you're in a situation where you don't even know what you're supposed to be doing. Your confusion. Ask God for wisdom and clarity. But you already have what you need, and it took me a little minute to realize that, because I was once in a situation where I felt like I needed certain things. Like I just felt like I needed these things to start and get to the next level. And then one day it clicked like, oh no, I already got everything I need. I got my phone right here. You know, I can use my phone. I already got what I need. I'm out of alignment. That survival mode be making me out of alignment, because then I'm doing anything and everything for money. I'm not doing things for the kingdom. I'm out of alignment. But if you want to get in alignment, the more I spent time with God and worship and praised him and prayed and listened to my gospel musics, I got in alignment. My thinking started to change. I'm like, oh, I'm supposed to be doing this right here. Everything started to change, and then I started being in alignment. You out of alignment because you're not doing things in order. You're out of alignment because you out of order. It's as simple as that. And we feel like we gotta be in hustle mode and grind mode and in survival mode. And there's nothing wrong with hustling and working hard, because there's scriptures that tells us to be a hard worker. It's when you're in survival mode and your main focus is money. You're not producing fruit. When you're in alignment with God and doing God's business, you're producing fruit. You're blessing other people. When you're in survival mode, there's a lack of peace. I feel like I was in survival mode maybe for about like 4 years. It was a video that came on my screen today. It said 3 years ago. I looked exhausted. I was tired. I was miserable. I had no peace. I was all over the place. Why? Because I'm chasing money. But when you get in alignment with God, money is going to come. You just got to believe it. You got to believe that God don't want you to be broke. The heck? So I wanted to ask y'all. Not ask y'all. Did I ask y'all? Yes. I wanted to ask y'all this question. How are you honoring God in the middle or the midst of your problems, your issues, your struggles? how is God getting the glory from that? And how often? And is there room for improvement? You got to give God honor daily and don't let up. When you wake up in the morning, open up your mouths and give God thanks. Let that be your routine and break out of your old habits that ain't getting you nowhere. You know when your habits ain't getting you nowhere, when you still ain't got nowhere. That means it's time for a change. This year, when you had enough of what you've been doing and you know it ain't working, you're going to say, it's time for me to be better. It's time for a change. It's time for me to clean up my mess. It's time for me to do a little cleaning. It's time for a change. Why do people have assurance or comfortability when they have insurance? You know, when you have like a phone insurance, your phone break, you can get it fixed. Or your car gets into a wreck, God forbid, and you got car insurance, so you know you can get that fixed. That's what God is like. God is my insurance. God is my assurance. I know that God got my back. I know that God is with me. Like that car insurance, you know when you crack your phone, right? Or I don't know if y'all ever have phone insurance. Something happened to your phone, or insurance on your jewelry or a ring. You get like an insurance. Like if you lose this, you know you're gonna get a replacement, right? Or if you get into an accident, oh, you know, you got this like this sigh or this relief, like I got insurance, it's gonna be taken care of. That's what God is like for me. I know God's gonna take care of this for me. I'm not gonna put my hope in my car insurance, because insurance may fail you, but God ain't gonna let that happen. I'm gonna put my hope, my trust in God. So is your hope in something else? If you don't believe, is your hope in something else? In something? In someone? Or is it in God? Sometimes we put hope in ourselves. But I'm telling you, just like Solomon did, he prayed for wisdom and he was blessed. And he received the wisdom. I love praying for wisdom. I don't pray for money. I don't pray for those type of things. I pray for wisdom and knowledge, because with wisdom, you're going to get the money. With wisdom, you're going to make better decisions. When you fear God with wisdom, the choices are going to be made. Good choices are going to come out of that. You about God and bread. That's what you said? Do y'all have any questions? Are you in survival mode? Is that what you in? You in your survival season? You just trying to stay, you just trying to survive. Y'all ever heard when people say that, you ask them, how you doing? I'm just trying to survive. You just trying to survive? Okay. I'm just trying to thrive, y'all. Not trying to, I am going to. I'm not out here in survival mode. I want to produce fruit. I want to be fruitful. And in order to be fruitful, God got to be with me to do that. So what are you doing? Don't be in survival mode. You don't have to be in survival mode if your finances is looking funny. And God is just waiting for you to trust him. God is really waiting for you to trust him, to speak life into your finances that's looking funny. Ask God for wisdom if your finances looking funny. Your job looking funny. God got you. Those hard situations is when your faith come into play. That's how you know what your faith look like, when your situation's looking funny. It's like, you really believe this? Do you really believe it? Yep, I do. I believe what you said, God. It's looking funny and funky and funny and upside down. It sure is looking funny. It's it's looking funny. But God, I'm gonna believe what you're saying. So this year and from here on out, we're not gonna compare ourselves to anybody anymore. It's just you and God, y'all. Drown all that stuff out that you're looking at, that you're watching, that you're hearing. It's about you and God's business. Amen. Y'all got any questions? I can't wait till I just do this more so that I don't be nervous. Because I feel like I was just a little nervous today. I don't know why. You trusting God to bless you with another car. What happened to your car, Eric? Did you ask for wisdom? Did you ask for wisdom? What are you asking for? Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. Wrong deal. You had to rush to get something that I should have never bought. But at the time, I had to do what I had to do. Anytime I rushed and made a decision, it just wasn't good. It wasn't. I feel like I never made the right decision. But why did you have to rush? Did you pray about it first? So you just got a wrong deal, a bad deal. Well, ask God for wisdom and clarity. Wisdom. That wisdom is something that the world can't even give. Wisdom is something that only God can give. I love wisdom. I was asking myself, just doing some self-reflecting, like, I want to get wisdom. How do I get wisdom? Really confused on how to get wisdom. And I wrote down in my journal, I've asked for wisdom. And I wrote down the question, how do you get wisdom? Wisdom is in the Bible. You have to fear the Lord and ask God for wisdom. So when I did a Bible study yesterday, and I did a Bible study this morning. But every morning, Monday, we do a Bible study. And I kept opening my Bible and I kept coming to 2 Chronicles 1, chapter 1, with Solomon asking for wisdom. Y'all would close my Bible and open it and just get to that page. And I close it again, open it, get to that page. And I did it one more time, like, let me just do it one more time, make sure. And I got to that page. So I wanted to, the message was really about wisdom. And it's really just using the right resources and trusting that God will provide and asking him with wisdom and doing what he says so that you can get out of that situation that you in. Yep, you're going to pray your way out that situation. You're going to worship your way out that situation. You're going to fast your way out that situation. Y'all hear me? You're right. You're right. They stopped wanting to help you. Did you ask God for wisdom, Eric? I know God's going to provide a way because I know you a man of God. You know, sometimes you just might not know when. But keep the faith. Keep the faith strong. Constantly renew your mind daily. Don't let them thoughts take a hold of you. Because God is going to bless you with a new car. And fast this weekend. And ask God for wisdom on how to get a new car. And dedicate your time to God, and He will provide. You just got to see it through. Back then, no, you didn't. But this time around, you're asking for wisdom. And maybe that was a lesson. Out of every bad situation, write it down, and then write, what did I learn from it? Maybe you learn when it's time to make a decision quick, pray about it quick. Pray about it first. When you got to make a situation real quick, not a situation, a choice, a decision fast, and you got to think fast, and you got to make a decision, pray. Make time to pray. Maybe that was a lesson. Maybe God's about to do something in your life, and an opportunity may come where you got to make a decision quick, because sometimes things come our way and you have to, you know, make a decision quick. I don't think we're going to always have time to think on decisions. Sometimes we need to be quick on our feet and make a decision. So when you're dealt with pressure, what you gonna do? That ain't nothing but a lesson that people still haven't grasped. It's just praying real quick before they move. Or asking yourself, now that you did that, before you make another tough decision, maybe you can think a little bit ahead. As for example, maybe you can think about the consequences. Like if I make this decision, maybe think about the things that could possibly affect you, hurt or harm you, or help you. I have to do that with my decisions. Like think of all the possible things. But that's just preparation. You're just preparing. God is preparing you. God wants you to know His word and His voice and His ways. So God is going to bring you out of it. And just keep pressing. That's it. I'm excited and I can't wait for you to give us a update, because it's coming. You better turn on some worship music and speak life to your situation, Eric. Every day you wake up, I will get a car. A car is already in my name. A car has already been assigned to me. I'm just waiting for it patiently. Every day you get up, I'm going to get a car. A car has already been assigned to me. There's a car already in my name waiting for me. I'm going to wait for it patiently. Every day when you're about to go to sleep, I'm going to get a car. There's a car waiting for me. I'm telling you, it works. Just speak that life into it, okay? Watch what them words do. You receive it, amen. Man, what's up with y'all in these comments? What's up with y'all, man? What's going on? I just have to shake my head because I'm very disappointed. Do y'all know your spiritual gifts or your skills? This year, I am using my spiritual gifts, my skills that God has gave me. I'm using them. I'm reading more. I'm writing more. I'm studying. to show myself approved. I am gonna use my acting and creativity more, but in a way that's pleasing to God. So I really want to use my gifts that I feel like God has given me and not seek anything else. I don't want to seek to be like nobody. I don't want to do what nobody else is doing. I just want me and God to lock in. So every day when I wake up, y'all, I try to tell myself I don't want to do worldly things. I don't want to be of this world. I have to tell myself that, you know, hey, you gonna listen to what I'm saying. Sometimes my mom be trying to wonder off. No, we ain't doing the worldly things. We gotta lock in. Gotta remind myself, give myself a little pep talk. We gotta, come on. Gotta lock in. Come on, let's lock in. What are we doing? Your gift will make room for you. Trying to be great. Y'all got any questions? Make sure y'all read 2 Chronicles 1:1 when God replied and when Solomon prayed for wisdom and God gave him everything and more. Solomon asked for wisdom and God gave Solomon more than what he asked for. That's real. That's real love right there. Just imagine you asking God for wisdom and he blesses you with riches and fame and wealth. Just imagine your heart being good with God, your heart being set on the right things, and God blesses you. I've heard a lot of people tell me, I've been praying for this, but God hasn't shown me yet. And I used to say the same thing. And I had to realize I'm praying for the wrong stuff. I can't be praying for money. I used to pray for stuff. Can't do that with God. I'm not going to do that. I think that's really disrespectful. I'm going to pray for wisdom. It's disrespectful because when I would pray in a way that I didn't think he was going to provide for me. But now when I pray for wisdom because I already know what's coming. I already know what's coming. I don't have to ask God for money. I do what he told me to do, it's going to come. Why? Because I know God. I know him. And he knows me. He knows what his daughter needs. I feel like I'm very special, and that's how y'all should feel. You are very special and valuable to God. If you just look at a tree right now, I love to use a tree as an example. These trees are so green and beautiful. I live in Georgia. They're so beautiful. If you live in a tropical state, the wind and the ocean and the waves, that stuff never stops. The waves keep going. What about you? What about the birds? What about the flowers? Why are these flowers so vibrant? The flowers be thriving. They be full of life, full of light, energy. Beautiful flowers. What about you? We still got squirrels and possums and foxes and deers. God is providing for. What about you? What about you? The vertical talk with God is real. You got to keep it 100 with God, man. It's so beautiful. Me and God, we locked in, okay? We are locked in. Ain't no switching up. We are locked. Me and God, we locked in. Locked in. God doesn't disappoint. So, if y'all don't have any questions, I'm about to go take a shower and do my hair. Had a long day at the gym. A long morning. It was great. Y'all don't have any questions? And thank you guys for bearing with me on this live. I'm always learning, but I really want to get to the point to where I'm more confident in what I say. I feel like I'm so stuck on learning that when I'm on here, I'm I am gonna learn as I'm doing. Like when I study, I'm learning. But when I go on live, I just want to talk. And for some reason, I feel like I'm not there yet. Maybe I'm too hard on myself. But I want to just flow with it. Like let me show y'all. I can write a bunch of notes. But it's like why can't I just flow on live? That's what I'm gonna practice on. Or I'm gonna pray that I just, I feel like with practice too is gonna get better. Be patient with yourself. Thank you. Yes. I've been going live for almost a little bit over a month now. That's still new. That's still new. That's still new. Because it took me a while to even start going live. So, we getting there. We getting there. We working. We getting there. Steps, steps, steps. I am getting much better from the first live. But the more I do it, the more I will really improve and be more confident and just speak, how, I don't know. Just be more confident. It took Jesus years before he started his journey. Yeah, he started his journey in his 30s, right? Yes, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. That's so true. Yeah, see, I'm so used to overnight stuff. You know how you can just pop that microwave dinner in the oven and then it's beep beep, it's ready in 2 minutes. Yeah, I gotta remove that mindset. Everything don't happen overnight. You need time to simmer down and cool off and cook, tenderize, and season, and get, all of that good stuff. So yeah, I want to be seasoned, so I gotta give myself time to cook and bake. Let her cook. All right, y'all. I'm about to go. I wanted to share with you guys this app that I downloaded. It's called Rocket Money. If you guys want to, no, this is not a sponsorship. This is just me telling y'all that we have to budget and be a good steward with our money. So I downloaded. Oh, I think it's on my other phone. I downloaded Rocket Money. I think it's on this phone that I'm live with. But I downloaded this app. It's a really good app. It categorizes what you're spending so you can use it weekly. And I also use QuickBooks. Them chicken flavored noodles ministry. I'm so dead. So you can see what you've been spending, what you need to the subscriptions you need to cut off. Because it's been times where I've been paying for subscriptions that I didn't know I was still paying for. So you want to make sure that you can save money where you can, cut off spending where you can, look at what's going in and out, and be a good steward of your finances so God can bless you with more. And be a good steward of your finances to show God that you are a good steward. So I encourage y'all to download Rocket Money and QuickBooks. I use that app as well. This app, I use it on the computer though. And I categorize everything that goes out. And Rocket Money is more of a spending tracker app. And then QuickBooks is more of like a business accounting app that it can do invoices for you. You can snap receipts and you can kind of just do your taxes easy that way for your businesses. So I recommend y'all to get those apps. Make sure you track your finances and know what's going on, okay? Don't turn a blind eye to your bank account. I love y'all. I hope y'all have a good Tuesday, and I'll see y'all on Beautiful Wednesday.